Sabrina Carpenter is absolutely gorgeous, and I want to look like her. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be recreating Sabrina Carpenter's makeup. I recently posted a community tab asking which celebrity makeup you guys want me to recreate, and a lot of you guys said Sabrina Carpenter, and I feel like in a way we almost kind of have a similar facial structure as well, and we also have blonde hair, so I feel like it would be really fitting. I'm not saying by any means I look like her, because definitely not, but I feel like out of every single celebrity makeup, Sabrina Carpenter will be the one that would look the best on me. So I'm super excited for this. I've not done this makeup look yet, so we're gonna be doing this together and recreating it firsthand. And Sabrina Carpenter is absolutely gorgeous, and I want to look like her. So let's get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and show the photos that I kind of want to recreate, the makeup and stuff. If you look, she has a super blushy kind of look. It's definitely more blush than bronze, a lot of glitter, a lot of glow. She is literally flawless, so I'm really excited for this. As you can tell, she has super rosy cheeks. Well, she goes for that more blush look rather than the bronze look, which is so iconic. I literally love that. And yeah, I'm just trying to go for that glowy, blushy kind of look. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start off by priming the face, and what I'm gonna be using for this is the NYX Plump Right Back. This is a great hydrating primer, but I'm gonna mix it with the Say Star Glow. So I'm just gonna put a couple pumps onto my hand of this, and then I'm gonna put another 2.5 pumps of the Say Glowy Gel. And this will just give us that really great starter glowy base, but also priming the skin as well. So as you guys can tell, the skin is super glowy, but she's even a little more glowy than that. So I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1 Glow. And this is going to be kind of that undercoat. I'm not too much of a fan of the Flawless Filter or the, what's the other one? The e.l.f. Halo Glow. I just feel like those show my pores so much and it looks just not good on me. And this is like perfect and so much more thin. I'm not going to layer too much, but I'm just looking for that super glowy base. My camera unfortunately doesn't really capture how glowy things are, so it does look like my skin is kind of matte. But in natural lighting, you can see the glow so much more. Okay, so that is all blended. The skin has a nice glow to it. I'm not 100% sure about this. I'm kind of just making this up in my own head, but I feel like Sabrina Carpenter is more of a skin tint girly. I don't know, that's definitely just me. Like, she probably uses foundation, but I'm already getting into it. But for skin tint, I'm gonna be using Rare Beauty. This one has never failed me, and I feel like it doesn't really matter what skin tint you use. I'm just going for a very light layer of coverage, just so I'm not piling too much product on. Her makeup does seem a little more natural, obviously besides from the blush and the eyeshadow. My lips are looking a little crusty, ignore that. But next I'm gonna do some light bronzing / contour. I don't really contour my face, but I mostly bronze. But what I've noticed is that in this picture, she has really defined kind of cheekbones. Like, her cheeks just kind of pop out. So I'm gonna try and kind of bronze / contour a little below my cheek right here, so it can just like really show the definition. And I'm also using my Dibs bronzer, if you guys were wondering. I'm gonna start off with about this much, and then I'm just gonna tap in really lightly and just gradually blend it out. And if we need to add more, we can always add more. And then I'm just gonna bring a little bit down to kind of the neck and stuff, just so it's not like one straight line of just bronze and then the rest is like not defined. But I feel like that kind of did something, right? Now we're gonna move on to blush. I'm gonna keep showing the reference photo because if I was watching this video, I would need to see the reference photo all the time. It's kind of a mix between this one, where she has super pink rosy cheeks, and for the eye look, she kind of has something a little more glittery, which is what I want to recreate. So kind of like a mixture of both almost. I heard that she uses Rose Crush from Makeup by Mario. The blush in the picture looks very pink, so I kind of want to do a little bit of mixing to see what happens. And I feel like the Patrick Ta Just Enough shade would be perfect. So I kind of want to see what happens when we mix the two of these together. And she presses it more in the apples of her cheeks. Like, she does bring it up, but it's more focused right here instead of right here. And she has a lot of blush. She uses so much, which I think is so cute on her. I feel like when I use too much blush, it looks stupid, but she makes it work. Unfortunately, I cannot do that, but we're gonna see what happens. And then I'm gonna tap into the Makeup by Mario Rose Crush and give it a little bit more depth. And I'm just gonna add a tiny little bit more of the brighter pink on top of that. Wow, I have so much blush on right now. It doesn't look as much on camera, but trust me guys, I actually have so much on. And I'm just gonna tap in with my beauty blender so it's all melted together. Her under eyes do look very bright, and I don't have a super bright concealer, unfortunately. I almost kind of want to go in with my House Labs one. This one is a little bit yellow for me, and someone told me that if your concealer's too yellow, you should use a blue corrector. Unfortunately, I do not have a blue corrector, so I'm gonna have to pass on that. But if I did, I would definitely use it. And another concealer that has been growing on me so much is the Fenty Beauty one. I love this concealer. I randomly just started liking it, and I don't really know what happened. I hated it at first, but after using it, I started loving it more, and I don't really know why I didn't like it at first. I guess it just didn't really mix with the makeup well. And I'm also gonna take a little bit of bronzer and kind of bronze up my nose a little bit. Oh, okay, I feel like that doesn't look bad, right? Okay. I'm gradually trying to get better at nose contour, just because I feel like I leave out my nose so much in a lot of these videos because I literally do not really know how to contour my nose. Because I feel like I just don't have the right nose for contour. I don't know, I just don't really like my nose that much. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my ColourPop light stick. I've had this for years, so it's probably expired, but I think it's fine. And then I put a little bit on my hand, and then I'm gonna put some on this brush and just go over my cheeks with that same kind of blush brush. So I'm putting a little bit more glow onto it, and I'm just going over the blush, and it gives a little bit of glow. You see that? That's actually pretty cool. I've never done that before. I just kind of crossed my fingers and hoped it would work. As we can see, the blush kind of disappeared, which is obviously normal. I'm gonna set my under eyes really quick. I know the rest of her face is super glowy, and I really want to use like a brightening kind of powder, so I'm going to be using the Givenchy. I also kind of used to hate this too, but after using it more, I've kind of just started loving it, and it is a really great brightening powder too. I don't really use brightening powders that much, but for the sake of this video, I definitely need to. And I'm gonna mainly focus on just setting my under eyes here and just a little bit on the forehead because we don't really want an oily forehead. I got a little bit of bronzer on there. How did that happen? And I'm gonna mix the Patrick Ta powder blush and the Candy Clouds from Too Faced. I think that's what it is. Yeah, well, that's the shade, the Cloud Crush blush. And I'm focusing it more on the top since we do have a lot of pigment already at the bottom. All right, I look identical to Sabrina Carpenter. No, I'm kidding. Can you imagine? Literally not, girl. The face is looking extremely blushed right now. And after this, I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like in the natural lighting so you guys can actually see that I have a lot of blush on. And I'm gonna bake my face real quick with the Givenchy powder. I just want my face to be looking as snatched as possible because her face looks very snatched. So I'm gonna let this set real quick, and while we're letting it set, we're gonna do highlighter. So for highlighter, I'm gonna be using the Rare Beauty Mesmerize. I think that's the shade, yeah. And this is just their powder highlighter. And then I'm just gonna put all of it kind of on my cheek right here. Cause she doesn't have highlighter in just one spot. It kind of goes on all of her cheekbones and stuff and just over the blush. I was gonna use the Rare Beauty new luminous blush that they have, but the shade that I have isn't as pink and I just don't think it would work. I'm just going ahead and with that bake, I'm bringing it a little more up just to kind of define the cheekbones a little more. I am looking so glowy right now. That's actually kind of crazy. I feel like the makeup is really coming together. Just dropped my powder all over my lap. Perfectly fine, does not matter. And now it's time for brows. She has a really fluffy brow look, and luckily our eyebrows have a pretty similar shade. I feel like hers are definitely a little bit more brown and warm toned. Mine are a little more gray, but I'm gonna try and make it work. I'm first using my Fluff Up Brow Wax from Benefit and kind of just bringing my eyebrows up. She kind of has like the soap brow look almost. Now I'm gonna take my Sephora eyebrow pencil, and instead of like filling them in, I'm kind of just gonna draw some lines. My brows look a little more fluffy than they usually do. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of it. I love my eyebrows looking a little more snatched, especially considering the fact I really don't have eyebrows, so it doesn't really give me a lot to work with. Okay, I got a little distracted on TikTok. Anyways, okay, moving on. Brows are now done. They're looking pretty fluffy. Well, honestly, as fluffy as I could possibly get them. But next we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. So as you guys can tell, she kind of has that cat eye look going, which is just working great for her. And she has very glittery eyeshadow, especially in the corner, and she kind of brings it up all throughout her eye almost. As you guys can tell, it almost goes directly in the middle instead of just focusing on the inner corner. So I'm taking my Morphe 351 Icy Fantasy palette that I've literally had since like the 8th grade. And I'm just gonna put in a little bit of light pink into my eyelid. Nothing too crazy. This palette is for sure expired, literally without a doubt. But we're gonna see what we can make work with this. Unfortunately, the pigments are not quite showing up. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my Naked 3 palette and tap in with kind of almost like this kind of shade. I don't know, it's like purple and pink at the same time. Oh, this is perfect. This is exactly the shade I wanted. Keep in mind, I'm honestly not great at eyeshadow, but we're making it work. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that shade onto the lid, kind of bring it out a little bit, but I'm just gonna wipe off that bake real quick because I kind of forgot about it, even though it's right in front of my face. I'm just taking my Makeup by Mario bronzer and kind of going in the corner of my eyes to give a little bit of depth right here. And I'm not going all the way to like the corner of my eye. I'm just gonna mainly focus it on the outer corner because that's what it looks like in the picture. All right, okay. The fun part, which is the glitter. And I'm just gonna take this shade right here, and I'm trying my best to kind of bring it a little below the corner, just so it's kind of going down a little bit like that. Okay, this is what it's looking like. Very glittery. And I'm gonna put a little wing on the end right here. Nothing too crazy. She does have that cat eye look, so I'm trying to like go for that. But now I'm gonna curl my lashes and do some mascara. I'm gonna be using the Tartelette tubing mascara for this. I would have loved some fake lashes for this, but I did not think about it. So for now, we're just working with my short little lashes. I'm gonna add a little bit of highlight onto the nose. So I brought a little bit of highlight onto the nose, just really giving that glowy look. Now it is time for lips. All right, you guys, as I'm editing this right now, I realized I lost the footage of me doing my lips. So I'm just gonna quickly let you guys know which products that I used. So I used the Makeup Forever lip liner in shade Walnut. This is apparently the one that she uses too. And then I just went over it with the Maybelline Lifter Plump just to get that outlined lip look without it being completely filled in. She makes the lip combo look amazing, so that's what I used. All right, you guys, what do we think? So this is the final reveal. Obviously, she makes it work. I don't necessarily think that I do, but it was really fun to try. I do have the super glowy cheeks and stuff, and you can definitely see the glitter eyeshadow. I don't think it looks bad, but I also just don't think I really make it work, like I said. But at the same time, it was really fun to try out a celebrity makeup routine. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and let me know in the comments if you want to see more celebrity recreation videos of their makeup and stuff like that. The blush still doesn't look as pigmented, but trust me, you guys, in person, it's like red. Well, very, very bright pink. The lips, I feel like definitely could use some work. They're like definitely not great, but I don't know. I'm just not used to this. I do really like the eyes though. But I'm gonna go ahead and end off this video right here. I honestly had so much fun filming it. It was really fun to recreate different styles of makeup, and I can definitely see myself doing that in my free time too. But like I said before, if you guys are interested, please let me know because this was so much fun. But anyways, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end off this video right here. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below, along with any other video ideas you guys have for me. But I love you all so much. I hope that you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope to see you guys all in my next video. Bye!